G'day everyone, Viv here, hope you're all keeping well. It's been a while since I've uploaded the last video, I think which may have been an update on the Name My Game Store competition or episode 2 of opening a game store. And it's been a while, about a month, maybe 5 weeks since I uploaded a video. And there's a good reason for that. Tonight I'm drinking a nice India Pale Ale. I love really hoppy beers, and this one is made by a brewer I've never had before called Yale. Anyway, I'll be drinking that beer tonight. So why haven't I uploaded a video? What's happening with Knights of Dice? Well, if you follow my Facebook page or the Knights of Dice Facebook page or our forums, you would have noticed that the other night I posted up an article saying that I'm not opening a retail store anymore, and I gave my reasons in that post and on Facebook for that. But I thought, since I have such a reasonable audience here on YouTube and a lot of people were quite excited about the possibility of me opening up a new store and all the video content and all that sort of stuff that would create, I thought I'd better pop something up for you guys. Now, my hobby and my passion has always been scenery building, and you guys who have been following my channel for a while would know that. My garage here is full. I mean, right now I'm sitting in front of a whole bunch of little plaster building blocks from Hearst Arts molds. There's scenery stuff all over the place. I've also got a huge number of miniatures here. I mean, just at hand. Whoa. Stacked up all over the place. Here's a box of Lord of the Rings miniatures. There's stuff just all over the place. Here, silicon molds hanging around all over the place. But scenery building has always been my passion. Now, I opened up Battle Bunker many years ago with the purpose of having some studio space and workshop space to be able to open up a terrain studio. Much like my friend Adam Rogers over at Greenleaf Terrain, doing a great job. I really loved his stuff, and I always said that to him when he came down to Melbourne, that you should open a terrain studio, and I'm really glad that he has. He's doing some amazing stuff. So if you want scenery inspiration, seems that my channel is lacking it right now, go check out Greenleaf Terrain. Adam showcases a whole bunch of cool stuff that his studio is doing. Anyway, I've always loved building scenery and terrain, and I set up Battle Bunker to set up a terrain workshop. To help sort of cover some of the costs of leasing a building and having space and all that sort of stuff, I thought, look, let me open up a retail section to the store. I'll be able to sell a few products, make an extra couple of bob to pay for scenery supplies and all that sort of stuff. And that slowly led to having gaming space and gaming tables, and then club nights, and then events and tournaments. And before you knew it, the scenery and terrain studio sort of took a back burner because it became difficult to concentrate on building scenery whilst there were people wandering around the shop, people looking at products, asking questions, always constantly being afraid, many times as the only person being there until I hired staff later on down the track, that very small little blisters and stuff could be easily stolen, that I didn't spend a lot of time in the workshop. I wasn't building a lot of terrain. When we had events or frequently on the weekend, using tools, cutting foam board, using power tools was difficult because of the noise and the dust and all that sort of stuff. People complained, people didn't like it, so I couldn't build scenery on the weekends during the day. So I ended up building a lot of stuff and doing a lot of stuff late at night. And again, for those guys that have been following my channel, you would have noticed that I was a lot skinnier. I really wasn't in the very best of health, both physically and mentally. And consequently not sleeping for nights and nights and nights, and the stress and the worry of the retail and not really being able to follow my passion burnt me out, and I closed my store. It just wasn't working. So yes, I understand smoking cigarettes is bad for me. Please, you don't need to put it in the comments. I'm 35 years old. I'm very well aware of that. Interesting fact about my channel, by the way. Everyone's going to say, oh, the children. You know, over 87% of my channel is over the age of 24. I'll do a little video on my YouTube Insight stats. It's really, really interesting. Over 87% of my channel is over the age of 24. Wow. And a big chunk of that are older than 50. Wow. Anyway, I digress. So the scenery making just wasn't happening, and consequently I closed my store. So why now would I be interested in opening up another retail store? Again, because it's been a year and a half since I closed Battle Bunker, I'm really missing my YouTube interaction. I'm really missing the scenery and terrain building. And I thought, look, let's open up another store. I'll have a little workshop, I'll have a retail space and some gaming area. Anyone connecting any dots here? The same shit would have happened. I had leased a place, the owner of that place decided to screw me around, and in the long term it's kind of worked out to my advantage. Because if that lease managed to go through and I set up that shop, the same thing would have happened. I would have had a retail store, set up awesome gaming tables, a good tournament venue, and I wouldn't have been building any scenery. I worked my butt off at my software company. I don't need to open a retail store. My other company makes a good profit. I don't need the money. I just wanted to do it for the love of it. Now, I don't love retail. No one loves retail. No one gets into retail thinking, oh shit, I'm going to make $1 million. No, you're not. You're buying yourself a job to make 20% margins. I wasn't interested in that. I wanted to build scenery. So I lost that initial venue for the Knights of Dice. And during that process of looking for another venue and another place, I really came to the sort of realization, I didn't have an epiphany or anything, but I came to the realization that I don't want to run a retail store. I don't want the hassle of having to organize events. Excuse me, I want to build scenery. I need workshop space, not a retail store. So I changed tack and made my announcement that I'm not going to open up a retail store. Yes, it's disappointing for a lot of people, but since I closed Battle Bunker here in Melbourne, there's 4 or 5 other stores that have popped up around the place from people that used to be my customers and wanted to open their own store, or wanted to open their own store in the beginning. Who knows? Who cares? I don't really care. There's other places people can go to shop. A lot of people started gaming at their friends' houses and setting up stuff at their house or to game at, and so there wasn't really a need for casual gaming. Tournament gaming perhaps, maybe slightly, but there's lots of community venues. So why the hell would I put myself through the stress and pressure of opening up a store that wasn't what I wanted when I wanted to have some workshop space? I wouldn't. I'm not going to, so I'm not. So instead, what am I doing? What's happening with Knights of Dice? It will still continue. Knights of Dice, the YouTube channel, will become very heavily scenery focused. I'm approaching this from a hobby perspective. Don't ask me to do commissions. I won't do commissions. If I build stuff, I may sell it, I may take it to the dump, I may crush it and destroy it afterwards, I might sell it on eBay. It's totally my choice as to what I do with the stuff I create. I just want somewhere that I can be creative. So software certainly allows me an aspect to do that, but it's all digital. It's nothing physical. I can't play with it, I can't touch it, I can't paint it. Yes, I enjoy it, and the problem solving and the solutions and that same feeling of providing a solution to somebody for a problem that they're experiencing is good fun in software. But it's not as creative, it's not as hands-on creative as building scenery. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to set up my Knights of Dice Terrain Studio. It's not going to be called the Knights of Dice Terrain Studio. The Knights of Dice channel will be used as the avenue to push all of that stuff out to YouTube. My Rubbish In, Rubbish Out channel, the channel that you're watching right now, will be my channel. To do whatever I want with, to put up whatever I want with. I might sit here and stare at the camera and drink beer. I might do PC gaming reviews for games that I play. I might continue to do hobby stuff. Well, I will continue to do hobby stuff on here. The Knights of Dice channel will be much more professional. Much higher level of production. The money that I was going to put into the Knights of Dice store, I'm putting into a film studio. So I'm talking with some of my friends right now. I'm really interested in other people in Melbourne who are interested in film production and all that sort of stuff, and miniature gaming, and want to get a little bit of hands-on experience, unpaid hands-on experience, to come to the studio and fool around with me. We'll do battle reports, we'll do product reviews, we'll do tutorials, all that sort of stuff. And I've invested quite a lot of money over the last week or so in 4 or 5 new cameras, a whole bunch of studio equipment, switches, faders, audio equipment, a dozen microphones, heaps of stuff, green screens, you name it. Open up my wallet, here's the money, there we go, we got it. So Knights of Dice, the YouTube channel, is going to be a very high quality, Melbourne based, miniature wargaming, tabletop wargaming. Maybe some of the other guys are more interested in role playing than I am, so maybe some RPG stuff, channel. My little video stuffing around here in my garage or what will then be my studio. Won't be so high quality. Anyway, so that's a very quick update on Knights of Dice and the lack of videos. Opening up a game store series. Look, I might continue it. I might not. It would have been easy to do as I was in the process of doing stuff, but since I hit that hurdle with the lease sort of being cancelled and all that sort of stuff, I really got very demoralised and demotivated, and really it's not something that I'm massively interested in. Like I mentioned in those videos, I'm not a business advisor, I'm not a business guru, I'm just a dude who enjoys playing with miniatures, who happened to have opened his own game store. I wanted to share my experiences. I probably won't continue that. I will probably bring those videos down. I don't know. I'll do whatever I want. It's my channel. I'll decide. But in the meantime, I've got to pack up this garage and move everything to my workshop, which is much, much larger. It's going to be great fun. I've got dedicated spaces there for doing everything. I've got the film studio there. It's going to be lots of fun. I'm really excited about it. So I hope you guys stick with me, jump across. There's nothing on the Knights of Dice channel right now, but maybe when things pop up there, you might want to go and subscribe. If you want to see the very first videos when they pop up, go and subscribe now. Check us out on Twitter. I don't know what the address is, twitter.com/Knights of Dice maybe, facebook.com/Knights of Dice, knightsofdice.com. That Knights of Dice brand will become, as I said, something along the lines of a, I don't know what it's going to become. I'll just roll with it and see what happens. So anyway, that's what's happening. I feel much, much better about it. I really feel really relieved. I just want to film videos. I want to play around in my garage. I want to build stuff. I want to paint some miniatures now. I want to show you what's in every one of these 100 odd boxes in my garage. Whereas before I wasn't feeling motivated. Certainly after that lease shit went down, I just got so demoralised. I didn't want to do anything, and so I didn't upload, I didn't film, I didn't do anything. I just kept on looking for venues, and then through the process of that realised, look, I want a studio, I want a workshop, I don't want a retail store. So I'm feeling very, very relieved. Like I said, I feel like a weight's been lifted off my chest. I feel like I want to build stuff, I feel like I want to paint stuff, I feel like I want to film stuff. So I hope you stick with me. I've got nothing to show you right now other than my ramble then about what happened with Knights of Dice. Everyone in Melbourne, excuse me, everybody in Melbourne, I've spoken to everyone that I was dealing with about organising events and tournaments. Look, I'm sorry, but I hope you understand. I don't want to do it. I don't need to do it. Melbourne already has some good places for you to organise events and play games at, and plenty of places you can buy your stuff from. So what we don't have is somebody who's dedicated to putting out stuff about scenery and terrain on YouTube. There's some good people out there. There's been a distinct lack of stuff happening on YouTube recently, so in terms of scenery and terrain, loads of stuff on miniatures. Nice to see Bill's organising his terrain-holic sort of build weekends, so I think I'll miss out on those until I get myself settled. But anyway, I'm starting to ramble. Thanks very much, guys. Really appreciate all the support, all the messages and encouragement. But I hope to put that all into my existing channel here, Rubbish In, Rubbish Out, and over at Knights of Dice. Thanks very much, and I hope you have a good night. See ya.